look back at the game, what were the things that when you took away from it, you said, I really like what I did here and really feel like this is things I needed to really, really work on and progress on?
I was really thankful for being out there, of course, and it's everything, in the midst of a game that you could progress in. When it comes to, even footwork, when you're hitting the ball off, locating defenders, understand that the windows do close a little bit quicker, It's a lot of things that you could go back in a game and look back and want to redo. Yeah. Yeah, that was just jokes, man. That was jokes. A lot of people took that out of context, but you understand the past 6-7 months been hard, so I want to definitely be thankful that I am able to work out with those guys and knowing I do have a great defense and knowing I came this far. So I was truly amazed. I was truly happy, of course, in that moment that, the work has been paying off. But I'm not comfortable.
I say that all to say, what can we reasonably expect you in your second start? What do you kind of expect for yourself in the second start?
I said to do my job.
Shedeur, you did allude to after the game, kind of for the first time, just how hard this past 6 months really has been for you, which for the most part you put on a happy face for us and you had that smile and you had that great attitude and everything, but this was a lot harder on you, wasn't it, than you really let on, and why and how were you able to just not show it as much as you did?
Well, first and foremost, I got God, so through that, He's able to protect me through everything, but we're in a good moment now, and I don't like looking back. I don't like looking back at the past, and how I was feeling in that moment or however it was, because I'm here now. So I don't ever dwell on the past and things that happened before.
Sure, I wanted to ask you about gel with some of these guys. The more reps you get, physical reps. I know you've been taking mental reps and you've been doing that throughout the year, but to have these physical reps, does it feel like you're getting a better connection with everybody?
Yeah, of course, day by day, minute by minute, meeting by meeting, of course. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable and being in that role, being in that position. They're getting more comfortable with me also. So I'm excited. I'm happy for it, and I'm just thankful.
Shedeur, with Harold and seeing the yards after the catch he's able to pick up, what's that like for you as a quarterback? And Dylan Sampson made the comment that Harold just never quits on a play. So
Yeah.
what's that like to be out there with?
Nah, it's great to be out there with Harold. I know all the receiver core, that's the goal, is to get yards after catch. So I think he set an example. He set the bar high for us in this team.
Shedeur, no Cleveland Browns quarterback has ever won his first 2 starts. Does it surprise you, and how do you feel?
I don't really go off analytics and all that stuff, and it really doesn't matter to me, honestly. I'm focused on what I could do and what I could control.
You could be the first.
I always wish the best, and I do everything I can, for this team and for everybody. But I got a great defense, got a great team, got great receivers, so I'm just thankful.
Hey, Shedeur, hitting that early big play to Isaiah, the 52-yarder, helped you, and then did you notice the effect that it seemed to have on the rest of the team?
Well, it's about belief. The reason why I am so confident in the way I am is the guys around believe, so that's what's most important within having a team, within having an offense, within having to have a spark. You got to have guys that believe, so and I'm fully confident in myself throughout everything, and I'm confident in my team, and I'm sure they're confident in me also.
I know you got a taste of it coming off the bench against the Ravens, but what do you think the first start at home in front of that crowd's going to feel like?
I feel like it'll be fun. I feel like it'll be very fun. You gotta understand, right now, I'm in grind mode. Mentally, understanding how to attack this defense that we're going against, and they're a great team. They got great coaches, everything. But that's where I am mentally right now.
Hey, Shedeur, not from you, but all your supporters out there say that Kevin Stefanski was sabotaging you.
So you just want to start trouble, huh?
No, I want to ask you what your relationship with him is.
Yeah, well, what people do outside the building isn't really in my control. It's not in my power. So I don't. Yeah, like I go out there and tell them to do whatever. You know, that's not nothing I could control or nothing I could do. But overall, you know, I'm just happy to be here. Coach Stefanski, he's been coaching since I got here, and he's been doing a very great job, you know, with everything that's going on.
But what is your relationship like with him and when we don't see you guys together?
Definitely like a coach. You know, he tells me what I need to do on and off the field. We definitely grown. Our relationship and everything has grown, so I'm just thankful to be here.
Shedeur, obviously you had a conversation with Kevin about remaining the starter earlier this week. Just what was that moment like for you? Because you talk about the work you put in those 6 months to get to the point to just start, but to know that you not only got that opportunity, but you did enough to keep the job. Just what was that like for you?
Well, I'll say I'm definitely not comfortable, though. So that's first and foremost that I have another opportunity to go out there. But in life, you got to understand how quickly things come or how long it comes. It could be taken at any point in time. So I'm never comfortable in situation I'm in. I always want to exceed expectations and I always want to grow. You know, and each and every week I will want to put a better product of myself, be a better version of myself for the team to be out there.
With Dylan Sampson, how have you seen him handle this year? He kind of got off to a slow start, and then seems to be coming on. Obviously, made that huge play for you Sunday.
Dylan been the same all year, you know, mentally. So you wouldn't even know unless you look at the numbers, you know. So he has good energy, good everything, you know, when he's out there. So yeah.
Shedeur, how do you feel like you just brought this sport back to Cleveland? I know a lot of the young fans really look up to you and rally behind you. Now you have the whole city rallying behind you for upcoming this Sunday. Just how does that make you feel about all of that?
It is great, honestly, but like I said, I'm not comfortable. You know, as quick as things come, it could leave at any point in time. So that don't really catch my focus, or that's not really in my focus or my plans, you know. I'm thankful for everybody and whoever supports, but, you know, I'm focused on getting this team some wins.
It's not often that the President of the United States shouts out an NFL player. So for you to get, you know, and I told you so from the President of the United States, what did that mean to you this week?
Yeah, he definitely been a supporter, you know, for a minute. So I'm just thankful for him from, you know, even taking time out his day to be able to speak out, you know, and support.
Shedeur, obviously unfortunate circumstances for why Dylan Gabriel lost the starting job last week with dealing with concussion, but now that he's back, just how has he sort of showed support for you already this week as you guys get ready for that?
Yeah, definitely. He's a hard worker. He's the same guy. I feel like a lot of people in his locker room is the same within every situation they're in. You understand, he spent a lot of years in college, so he got experience in a lot of different areas and a lot of different people. So he knows how to like bond and mesh with different people. So since he's been back, he's been good. He's been cool throughout everything.
Specifically with Ethan, just, you know, quarterback center, that's such an important you know, connection. Can you kind of describe how that's grown over the last couple of weeks?
The connection definitely grown, I'll say. I'm thankful to have him out there, you know. He makes life easier for me, and he's a smart person, smart player. So, you know, that's definitely a relief when he's out there with me.
Sure. How's it feel to be part of it? We've talked so much about this rookie class, and now you're contributing as part of it. Just how do you look at this entire group and you being part of it?
Yeah, I'm just thankful, you know, Andrew Berry made the choices, you know, he made, and the coaching staff for getting us all here. I feel like it's a great class. We all bond together. We're all like family, you know, so I'm just thankful that we're all here together, and I know it's going to be very exciting. And you have high expectations for us, you know, and we're here to exceed those.
What do you see from San Francisco's defense when you watch them on tape and they're getting ready for the game? I'm not trying to ask you to give away game plan, but
no, for sure.
You know, what do you see when you look at that 49er defense?
They're a well-coached team. Honestly, they rush the passer very good. They're great in coverage. They have great disguises overall. They know how to get pressure to the quarterback. So, they're a great all-around defense. You know, we know they're gonna have some different, cooking for us. But just going out there, even having this opportunity, to go out there and study them and be able to go on the field is cool. It's very cool. So I'm just thankful for it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Shedeur.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully it happens.
Yup.
What happened? Huh? You ready? You ready? Look, he happy. He happy. Like, oh, I can't wait to get this question. Look at you. He happy. I'm going to get the tea.
What happened on that Sunday?
Shit, I was trying to make a play. I was wide open. I see 3 defenders right there out from the cut cross field. I ain't feeling behind me. Simple as that.
What from your first start with Shedeur, how can you guys build on that as an offense?
We just got to keep doing what we've been doing in practice, get consistent reps, talk over the certain plays and, be on the right page.
Jerry, how beneficial were that first week of practice just with him, and how much more can you guys kind of expand on that relationship and that connection?
My bad, you're low. I can't hear you.
Just the first week of preparation with Shedeur, obviously, how do you sort of build on that with the second week here coming up before the 49ers game? The relationship that you have with him and the chemistry you guys are trying to build.
Oh, yeah, just keep working on that chemistry. Just keep building. Just keep speaking on what I see out there, what he see out there, and just do what the coaches ask.
Does it feel like the timeline's any different? Like when you're trying to build a connection in the regular season compared to maybe in training camp, in the preseason?
Yeah, it's different, during training camp, you got more time and you got more reps to execute. During the season, that's shortened, so it's limited. But
Jerry, you seem more like yourself today than you did a week ago. Is it just the win that got you back smiling again?
I mean, I do play football, but nigga got life outside of that. So football not the only thing I do.
Jerry, I know you, throughout your career, have gone through seasons where there's been a lot of quarterback changes and multiple quarterbacks in a season. And I guess at this point in your career, how do you handle that as a receiver and adapt to a new guy back there?
I just keep being me. Ain't nothing. I can't do nothing. I can't control nothing but myself. Honestly, I just keep running routes. Get open and do it. That's all I could do. I can't really control nothing else.
I know some of the other receivers were talking before Shedeur's first start that they thought the deep pass was going to be part of this game.
Yeah.
And then after seeing that first start, do you feel like that's going to be something every week and that you can take part in that and appreciate that?
Yeah, we ain't gonna give out the game plan now, but we gonna see something. We gonna see something.
When there's a big play early in the game, like on Sunday, the 52-yarder to Isaiah, does that inject some life not like into the offense and into the bench? Just seeing some of the reaction on TV after that play, like what does a play like that early in the game do for you guys?
It for sure give us momentum. That was like third down. It was third down, so we needed that. It was like 52. We needed that, so we got it. It gave us momentum. We got down there. We scored a touchdown. Now we was up 7-zip. So hey, we need that.
Miles was talking about the fact that you guys have to win out now, and he's still talking this team up, that you guys still have everything to play for. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, of course. We still got, 5-6 games left? 6 games left. We just got to finish strong, and hopefully we get a chance to play in the playoffs.
When you look at this Niners defense, what stands out to you?
Great defense, real physical. They got some guys hurt in the D-line and the linebacker room, but, overall good defense. They've been a good defense for a long time now, but, yeah.
Well, Shedeur, how do you see Shedeur handle everything that came with that first start? Right? I mean, you know how kind of popular he is, what big name he is. How do you see him handle everything preceding that start, and then how he played on Sunday?
I think he handled it pretty good. You know, it was his first games, barely his first game, well, his first half. So he just brushed that off, ready to came into work this week, last week, and and he did what he needed to do.
How you doing, man? Great. What up, Jeff? You good? Tennessee? They're doing good? Oh, but see, why you? It's not like, it's like, LSU just, it's them guys, man. Yeah.
Grant, 49ers, I think, are second in the league in pre-snap motion, and they really utilize that to sort of get into a lot of what they want to do. Just how much is that a point of emphasis for you guys not to fall for certain things and know kind of what you're looking at when they do that?
Yeah, we everybody I think in the league knows like that West Coast offense. It's a lot of motions. Try to get your eyes in the wrong places. They try to get favorable looks for their what they're looking for. So just about reading your keys and staying in tune with what Jim wants us to do.
What does it do for the defense when he set a bar like he did last week?
Yeah, probably a little bit too many passing yards, right? But with 10 sacks, you can't complain. I think that we got a monster D-line. They attack relentless. You watch the tape. It's amazing to see the type of attitude and like just pure want to get to the ball as they do. So playing behind them is fun, to say the least.
Grant, what's it like in real time this season? Those guys are hitting the quarterback 20 times, and getting those 10 sacks. And Miles has 3 sacks, but it's kind of coming from everywhere along that line. The production. What's that like for you guys in the secondary this season?
Yeah. It's like it's some standstill pictures of like sacking Geno's. It's crazy. Like the look on his, like I don't know what I would do if I seen Miles and them coming towards me. Like I'd probably do way worse than what they doing, but. Man, them dudes like attacking. Miles is on. We all know what Miles is doing. So I think that makes our job easier in the back end.
I was talking about after the game. He was talking about the fact that you guys need to win out, and that everything is still there for you. What do you feel like the mindset in this locker room is? I mean, to hear that on the outside, I'm sure people are thinking, okay. But I mean, what do you guys really believe about what you're going to accomplish this season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got to play well throughout the rest of the year if we want to continue playing after these 6 weeks. So, I think that's just all about catching, doing whatever we could do, to make sure that our offense is in the right situations, get the ball back, do what we can do on defense, do what we continue to do what we've been doing, and having that relentless mindset of just attacking. That's all we can do.
You guys have played hard all year in the defense, but has the game Shedeur had and what he showed you do on offense, has that even re-energized you guys more?
Yeah, I think that dude, man, Shedeur got a crazy fan base. He got the spark, the stardom, and all that, and he's popping it right now. So I just tell him keep popping it, man. Keep doing what he's doing, and we got you on defense. So we're gonna get you that ball back, and keep riding that energy, man, because we need it.
Grant, when you're in a game like that, you got that lead. How much fun is that? Because you guys haven't had opportunities like that to just go out there and put a D line trying to stack up sacks. You guys probably going for the ball a little more. How fun is that?
No, it's fun. I didn't even notice we played 80 plays until I looked at the iPad after the game. But it's fun when you're making plays, to say the least. I just look at it as extra opportunity. Go out there and get some splash plays, and rack them up.
Looked like you were beating yourself up over
one
sack early.
I told him I think Malik leading the D tackles in sacks this year. Yeah, I gave him one. So y'all make sure to remind him of that one.
It certainly looks like the offense, feeds off Shedeur's energy, or at least did on Sunday. We saw Miles' reaction on the sideline on that throw to Isaiah and all that. But how much do you guys on the defensive side also sort of feel that energy that he brings to the table? How much do you guys feel on that?
Yeah, I think on defense I feel like we've had that energy for the past couple years. Obviously new faces on offense. Chubb didn't really say much, but he was still making plays. Flacco wasn't saying much. But, new guys like Q hyping the crowd up, taking his helmet off. Shedeur, same type of energy. I think that's going to be good for the team. Hopefully contagious.
Grant, with the Niners and their offense, what kind of unique challenges McCaffrey? I know you guys have seen him before.
McCaffrey, great player. Good short area, quick subtle moves that make you miss. I think he got 800 receiving yards, 800 rushing yards. So obviously he's their best player on offense, and he's going to be a challenge to stop. So
is he more dangerous as a receiver or as a runner?
It looked pretty balanced, right? I think he's a pretty balanced player. You just got to attack him, get on him pretty fast, and not give him that space to work.
In what area of the defense does running back like him challenge most? His receiving ability in particular. Does that fall on the safeties, the linebackers?
Yeah, it depends on the call. Just we know they're going to try to find the right matchup for him, but just having that versatility all over the defense, so that we know that any play, anybody could be matched up on him.
On Monday night, we got to take one more so we can get Jeudy.
Monday night practice, interceptions against the Panthers, but they didn't have any sacks. They, I think, had one quarterback hit. Obviously, y'all's defensive line is one to generate pressure on the quarterback. How does that impact y'all as a secondary?
Yeah, he's getting back to the swing. I think he had the toe injury, so the 3 picks on Monday. Obviously they looking at him, trying to correct that. So, I don't know. It's not easy going against our D-line, so hopefully, we get a lot of pressure and kind of force them in some of those similar situations and take advantage in the back end.
You remember when they came in here undefeated 2 years ago?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there. They're not undefeated no more, but it's still going to be a high-energy game. It's a lot riding on this game for both teams. So. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
I was ready to do Thursday. Apparently, you guys aren't coming in tomorrow. No work. I'll be here, but I guess we're going a day early. Yeah.
Did you practice your sportsmanship in the offseason?
No, I think over time, it just kind of builds up. You have relationships with guys and things like that. But it's always cool to be nominated for something. I think you play the game the right way without having to talk too much or do anything too crazy, and just kind of play the game the right way.
Joel, how is the way Shedeur plays, deep passing, how does that re-energize the offense?
Yeah, I think those big plays we saw, I think we had 3 pretty explosive pass plays, which we haven't had in a few weeks, were huge for us. Obviously, one got us way down there. One scored a touchdown, and one obviously fumbled, but it was still a big play. Like, you saw the shot play potential. And any time, as an offense, you're kind of struggling, 40, 50-yard plays are going to help the offense out. And I definitely think that was something we've been missing. So it was a big part of it, and I think it led to a couple scores for us.
And you can build on that. Like, that was not a one-off.
Yeah. I think that's part of his game. Like, you saw it in college. Like, he makes plays, he moves around the pocket. I mean, that throw, like, in the moment, I didn't even know. You're blocking somebody else. But the hit he took, why he made that throw was very impressive. But those are the plays I think you saw flash in college that were like, all right, this guy has some potential to make those at the next level, and hopefully we can keep building on it.
Joe, there were no big sack losses in the game, only 1 sack. That was one of the criticisms of him. How much work was put into eliminating those during the game?
Yeah, I think it was talked about a lot. The coaches stressed it a lot. As an O-line, we talked about just block until we, you can stress whatever you want, but until the ball's thrown, you still got to block, you still got to understand your assignment. But I think Shedeur did a great job of getting the ball out when he could. There was a quick passing game and scrambling to make plays, and looking downfield instead of kind of scrambling to, go backwards. And I thought all those things were huge improvements this week. And the script of the game, we didn't have to drop back pass as much as we've done in some of the other games. But it was great. I think he worked on it tremendously, and hopefully we continue to emphasize it and continue to protect him.
One sack, he's actually moving up in the pocket.
Yeah, he was climbing. He was trying to escape out the left side. I think it was a great improvement.
Joel, what about this Niners defense? I mean, I know no Bosa, no Fred Warner. How good are they still even without those bigger names that you guys have obviously seen in the past?
Yeah, I mean, they're 8-4, I think, as a team. They're playing, I watched Monday night, obviously live, then I rewatched the film, and it's just I think Coach Saleh has just programmed them. They replace guys, they plug and play them, and they just play hard. Like you said, there might not be as big of names as, obviously we have a lot of respect for Fred and Bosa, but they're playing well, and they're playing at a high level, and I'm sure they would want those guys, but I think it's a credit to their culture and the way they're coached that the guys that have come in just play hard, play the right way, are going to do their assignment, and they're still a very tough out.
And what about just the fact, I think they're either at the very bottom of the league in terms of sacks or one of the bottom 2. I'm sure you guys still have to be alert, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they don't pressure that much. I think they're used to, having Bosa, and they had a first-round pick that got hurt as well. I mean, those guys they're pass rush guys, so they don't pressure a whole lot comparative to other teams. But they still run a lot of games, a lot of pressures. Even if they haven't got sacks, they've impacted the quarterback, and their coverage has been good enough where, they haven't had to have too many to, get the wins.
So why has the Wildcat been affected the couple of times you guys do the goal line?
Yeah, I think it gives us an extra blocker. So you have one more guy in there, and usually on the goal line, there's a, BYOB, bring your own blocker for the running back. And we get an extra guy there. And I think teams are afraid of, Q throwing the ball. They were kind of cover one back there, which we were expecting a cover zero look, and they played a little cover one, so they were respecting the passing game too. But no, we've had a few packages out of it. It's been successful. I think it just gives us an extra body in there, and when you only have 2 or 3 plays out of it, so you can really rep those and understand what looks you're going to get.
Is that something you can have every week, or is it better when you bring it out every month or so?
I think if you change up, have a few wrinkles, I think it's something that you want to have and want to be successful, especially in goal line, red zone, short yardage situations. I don't know if we'll go Miami Dolphins where they're running it, 20 times a game, every game, but having those options, I think, helps open our offense up.
Joe, you're used to quarterback changes during the season, and it's obviously different. Where at training camp and stuff, you have more time to sort of get chemistry with somebody. How is it different during the season, and how much more can another week of sort of work with Shedeur? How much more can you guys kind of get connected on the same page with another week?
Yeah, I think anytime you continue to work with somebody, the continuity is going to grow. In season, it almost forces it to happen faster. In the sense, you get all the walkthrough reps, you get all the team practice reps, you get all the game reps. A 60-play game is probably 3 days of training camp. You know what I mean? So it happens a lot quicker in season, and I think the more you work at it, the more comfortable you're going to feel. You're going to understand how he likes to escape the pocket, what he's thinking if they get a certain rush, his cadences. All those things are just going to continue to grow with more and more experience.
I know you're in the middle of it, but do you get a sense of the excitement that kind of surrounds him? Obviously, Deion being there, it goes beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of said something in the post game about obviously his dad is one of the best players ever, and he's been in the limelight his whole life, and I think people have been curious since he was in high school what he's going to do at college, where he went to school, all those things. So it's an experience that people want to be a part of, and then I think his personality, he has that a little bit of excitement that comes with it. And, I think the plays he made, you win a football game, we've been finding to win on the road. All those things add up. And we just want to continue to grow around him and help him, as much as we can.
Joel, I know one of the things you've talked about is obviously offensively, you guys want to play complementary and hold up your end of the bargain. But how does it affect you guys that you know you have a defense that's going to get you the ball back? How does that impact you guys?
Yeah, it's great. I think as a play caller, I think it has an effect there where it's you might have to go for it in certain situations, but a game like last week, they're I don't think they're going to score on us 3 times. Our defense is going to step up and make plays there. We don't want to rely on it, but we understand they've made plays for us all year, and they've done some amazing things. So we're focused on ourselves. I think sometimes it's okay to punt. You know what I mean? If you're playing the field position battle, and it's do we need to take a huge risk on 3rd and 15 here, or is it a way, we try draw or screen, and we're not turning the ball over, we're punting it back, and Corey's been a great punter for us. So I think all those things, have effect to playing that complementary football.
Thanks, Phil.
Yep. Thanks, guys.